week.
Yes, sir. Number 4.
Man, lots of going on again. Lots of stuff going on. One more time. Jeez. All right, I had to eat my words a couple times during this playoffs, and I don't like it. My words don't taste so good right now. Man, so we're gonna start off with Sunday, right? Sunday was closeout day, right? Game 7. I mean, we could talk about Saturday. Why not? Let's talk about Saturday because Boston went down. No Tatum.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about it. All right. So
go ahead.
Yeah. So Boston went down at home. Yeah. No Tatum. Yep. What's your thoughts on it?
They wasn't ready for Embiid. Embiid went to work. And everybody keeps saying, me included, that they better off with Embiid, but I'm going to have to eat my words on that also. They much better with Embiid when he's healthy and he's playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The man is a beast. He's one of the best to ever do it in the paint. You know what I'm saying? And they have an answer for him. They have an answer for Embiid. That's pretty much what happened. You know, and then them not having Tatum really hurt them also.
Yeah. Everybody was saying Tatum didn't look right in the game before that, right? Yeah. He just didn't look right. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't a big surprise, but it was a surprise to me that he set out the game. Yeah. I guess I just looked at it as, I don't know, I guess old school thinking, right? Old school thinking is where, you know, you play regardless of what you have. Mike had the flu, right? I mean, it's all of these things you just push through. I know players today, they're not built like that though. And these injuries are different too. I guess that part too.
We talking about Achilles and stuff. This is like career-ending type of stuff. Like my man Grant Hill, you know what I'm saying? He tried to do it and he was never the same after that. So I mean, and not only that, you know, usually when you injure, like Derrick Rose, when you injure some part of the body, one side, you start overcompensating. And I'm thinking that was happening. If you really watch Tatum, he overcompensated. So then the left knee, the other knee was tightening and stiffening and other things start happening. To be honest with you, I think he came back too soon. And I was happy. I wanted him to be there, but I think he can't. Because if you look at KD, he took his time on that injury, and when he came back, he was good. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So it's funny you mentioned that, right? Because when they were winning, it was like, oh, Tatum looked like the old Tatum. He's back and this, that, and the other. Now, oh, you know what? I think he came back too soon.
Yeah,
so it's got to be one or the other. You can't have both sides. Either he came back too early.
What he even played about 20 games since he came back.
I don't even know if he played that many, to be honest with you. I'll have to look it up.
So it started showing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, because remember when he first came back, it was a minute restriction. You know what I'm saying? So then they started building them up. So now you can see, if you go back and watch the last couple games he played, you can see he ain't playing right. It's like he overcompensating. And it just happens, you know? But I think he'll be all right next year.
Next year. Okay. We'll see what happens next year, right? Mm-hmm. So when I look at the game, right, I'm looking at the stats right now. Give me 1 sec. Let's pull them up. So Embiid had 34 points. Jalen had 33 points, right? Mm. We know the ending score was 100 to 109, right? Mm-hmm. I'm looking at it and I'm saying, okay, you got those two stars that are leading their teams as in points.
Yeah.
So what was the difference? Was it the other starters?
You know what the difference was. Boston got 3-point happy, and they just wanted to. They pull it up on the fast break, pull it up for 3. But I mean, that's how they play. But they wasn't knocking them down consistently. You know?
Yeah, I agree with you. So here's my problem, and I know you was watching it. They were, as you said, pulling up for threes, right?
Yeah.
It was a 1-point game. They were in the penalty, but they refused to go to the cup and try to get fouls, make the refs make the calls.
Yeah.
That part I didn't understand.
Yeah.
As a coach, I think the coach needs to step in and say, hey, this is the plan.
Yeah.
The threes aren't falling.
Yeah.
This is what we need to do.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
You know, that just goes back to what we talk about. You live by the 3, you die by it.
Right? Exactly. Because they're not gonna fall every night.
No. Yeah. All right. So they went down. Now, let me say this, right? you got to take that L. You got to eat that.
Me?
So no, I'm talking about Boston, right? You got to eat that. Yeah. You just y'all didn't get it done. Exactly. Y'all had so many chances, you didn't get it done.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. Check this out. Jalen goes on his live stream and he talks about Embiid flopping. He tries to give him his props first. He says, you know what? He's a great player. He's this, he's that. He flops around. He knows it. This is what the game is. What do you think about that?
I mean, he do flop around. It's a lot of players that flop around. But that goes back on the refs too. Like, man, it kind of ruins the game a lot too. Because it's like you out there, you playing hard, this and that, and these cats is out here flopping. You know what I mean? And it's usually the same guys that do it and get away with it. You know what I mean? So I think we really don't need it in the game. It slows the game down and messes the game up. I mean, my opinion on flopping, I don't like it. I think it's soft.
Yeah. I think, but this is nothing new. We've been talking about this for years, right?
Yeah.
So I guess my follow-up question is, do you think Jalen was a little, he was, I guess, a little upset that they lost and he just had to point out something versus we didn't get it done?
Yeah, he is a little upset. He a little upset because they is the number 2 seed. He led them all year by himself with no Tatum, and it was crunch time, and he didn't get it done. He played good, but his other players really didn't step up, so I think he a little salty, a little upset.
Yeah. Do you think he should have voiced it on that live stream? Although it's his personal stream.
Yeah, because I don't think the league respects Jaylen Brown. So he's a little upset too. I don't think he gets no respect at all. That man was a finals MVP. He wasn't even on the Olympic team. I don't like that they don't give him respect. I think the boy cold, but he don't get his respect. They just all about Tatum over there. And I think he's getting sick of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it. And I looked at the rest of the stats and everything here. And when I look at the stats, I'm showing, when it comes to the role players, Derek White showed out. He had 26 points.
He did.
Right?
What about Pritchard?
But there you go. Pritchard had 13 with 5 of 13 shooting. He was 2 for 7 on 3-pointers.
Okay.
Right? But here you go. Derek White was 5 for 16 from the 3-point.
Yeah.
5 for 16. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Right? You put up 26 points, that's great, but 5 for 6. Okay, we got to do something different. We can't shoot out there. It's not our night.
Yeah.
I know the league fined him, I think, like $50K, Jalen, for his comments or whatever. Yeah, they
on his own
podcast on his own podcast for criticizing the refs. Yep.
Wow.
They sure did. Yeah. Wow. So I think that's a little different because if I'm on my own platform, how do you find me, right? Yeah. So where's the freedom of speech at?
Yeah.
But I guess that's your boss, right?
Yeah, that negative.
That's
crazy. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So anyway, they went home, or as they say, they gone fishing, right?
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Right.
But so they'll be back. They'll be back.
Yeah, for sure. They'll be back. Let's take a look at. So that was Saturday. Closeout. On Sunday, we had 2 closeout games, and those were, of course. Sorry, it just flipped on me. But we had Orlando and Detroit. Let's talk about that one. That one was good.
Yeah.
Now we got another one. Orlando could have closed them out many times and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, like what were they? 0 for 20? 0 for 21 the game before?
They were it was like 23. Like they had 23 missed shots. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. It was like 23.
Banchero had 17 at halftime and ended up with 17, right?
That's your star. That's your star.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, that was crazy. What we did see in there, now Banchero, let's be clear. He had 38 points.
Yeah.
All right. Cade had 32.
What about your boy Suggs?
So when you say who?
Your boy Suggs had 6.
Oh, Suggs.
I know because I'm betting on them to get 9.
So you had Suggs with 6.
Yeah.
When I look at it, and I'm looking at Anthony Black was like 4 for 12, right?
Yeah.
It's just nobody really showed up.
Yeah. And it's game 7. You know?
Exactly. So when I think about the Pistons, man, Tobias Harris had the game of his life.
He balled.
Put up 30 points.
And
they couldn't do anything with him. Right.
He balled. Yep. So, and that's what you need. Them role players are them guys to show up. That's what you need. You know what I mean? When those guys show up, you show out.
Exactly. So it's the role players that we talked about, and then it's also the X factor, right? You with the X factor, you don't know who it is.
Yeah,
this man came in with a hot hand, and you like, oh, and you thinking, at least I was thinking, he's going to cool off. Like this is not going to be the entire game. He's going to get cold, right? He's just hot right now, but he kept giving it to him. And they didn't have an answer for it. And then your boy Jalen showed up with 15 and 15.
He did.
Game 7. Yeah. He showed up.
And you've been looking for your man too.
Man, bruh. Everybody has been looking for the Pistons. Like, where are the Pistons that was the number 1 seed?
And I think they just turned it on. That's the team that won 60 games right there. That's the Pistons right there.
Yeah, exactly.
They showed up when it counted.
Yeah. So they closed them out in true fashion that we've been waiting for, like I said, the whole season. So shouts out to them for getting the job done. Unfortunately, it took 7 games to get it done, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. They got it done. It's like an old
Chevy. It take a little while. You don't get it, but once it get to rolling.
Seriously. So we closed that one out, and then we moved over to the second game 7, which is Cleveland, right? Yeah. So Cleveland actually closed them out at 114 to 102. Yeah. And when you look at how Toronto showed up, Toronto did well. No Brandon Ingram, which he was kind of MIA just overall. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if he just, and we talked about it in previous episodes, I don't know if he's just like I said, got something going on mentally where he just wasn't present in the games or in the series at all.
The lights be a little bit too bright.
This is true. They had the 2 main characters, trying to carry the team, which is Scotty Barnes and RJ, right? They was trying.
They did their thing. They got to get it to them. They balled.
You're playing a Cleveland team, though. You can't have 4 players in double figures. You have to have more. You gotta come better than that. And the only other 2 was Jamal and Walter with 14 and 13 to help kind of carry that load. The rest of the bench, they didn't really do much at all. Like I'm looking at it, it was bound to happen. They were gonna lose. So with Cleveland, they look, Jared Allen
showed out.
Hello. Jared Allen had 19 rebounds, 22 points, 7 for 11 from the field. Hello. And he was 8 from 14 on the free throw line. James Harden had 18. Donovan Mitchell had 22. All of your players that should be leading the team were present.
Shout out to Harden, because usually game 7
he disappeared.
He showed up. I'm gonna get into him. The beard did his thing, man.
Yeah, and what's good for Harden right now is that, or in that game, he only had 2 turnovers. Yeah, that's not the same story that we just saw the other night. So we'll talk about that in a minute, though.
Yeah.
All right. But shouts out to Cleveland and Detroit for getting those game 7 done. Let's move on. Let's talk a little bit more about what happened on Monday, right? Yeah. When we look at Monday's games, we're talking about Philly and New York, game 1. This is round 2, game 1. 137 to 98.
Yeah.
I want to hear your thoughts on that one.
So basically what happened was my opinion. The Sixers was tied, you know what I mean? And then the coach figured out we just gonna run Embiid and see how your lateral footwork is. You know, after coming off of that with appendectomy or whatever.
Yeah.
And he wasn't able to, you know, move them feet and get where he needed to go. You know what I mean? So it was an excellent game plan. You know what I mean? So you gotta give a shout out to the Knicks coach. Excellent game plan. But the thing is tonight, which they should be playing if we speaking, does the 76ers go in the lab and come up with the formula to, you know what I'm saying, offset that, even though Embiid is not playing tonight, which might be a good thing because they can get up and down the floor more, you know what I mean, and get on them shooters. So we shall see. But, yeah, that was good coaching, great coaching. And I think they were really tired from Game 7.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I know right now the game is 17 Philly, 14 New York.
Okay.
But right now, that's right now.
Okay.
But when we focus on, and we'll come back to it in a minute, when we focus on the actual game that happened on Monday night, though, Jalen Brunson went nuts in that first quarter.
Yeah.
He went absolutely insane. Which once again, like another game we just talked about, you thinking that he's gonna cool off at some point. Like we know it's Jalen Brunson, so we know he's gonna get his. We know that.
Oh yeah.
You know, but for him to score 35 points, you know, and I mean, I'm looking at the role players. You got OG had 18, Cat Williams had 17.
Yeah, there you go, Cat Williams.
But here's your X factor. Who's been absent? Mikal Bridges.
And he showed up.
17 points. Mikal Bridges ain't put up 17 points in 17 years. Anytime you put somebody on, he don't show up. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Yeah. But Mikal Bridges went 7 for 10 from the field. You can't. I mean, when the Knicks are on, they on.
They on.
It's just that simple, right? Yeah. I like that. No, let me not say it this way. Well, no, I do. I like that the Sixers now tonight can play without Embiid, because when Embiid came back, we said that he slowed the game down.
Yeah, we did.
Right? So now he's removed from that, you know, that offense, and now let's look at how they adjust. So now you can put in, you can press, you can run, you know, you can do all those things.
Yeah.
So let's take a look and see how they adjust. And like I said, right now they're looking, you know, I mean they up 1 point, 17-16, but you know, they're not getting blown out.
Yeah, exactly. They're making it competitive. You know
exactly.
Yeah, and then it's like the coach now, okay, what am I gonna do now? The big man is out the game. We can't do what we did last game. I got to switch the formula up now. You know what I mean? So it's like what you said. It's like we got to make adjustments. You know what I mean? So
exactly. Yeah. So who do you like? You like Philly tonight to go ahead and tonight.
I'm gonna go ahead and ride with Philly tonight. Without it,
you think they can bounce back?
Yeah, I think they do. This is gonna be an interesting series, I believe.
Yeah,
and then the X factor is Paul George. Paul George, he show up, you know what I mean? Because in that game 7, I don't know if you know, he hit a lot of big threes. You know what I'm saying? So,
Paul George went 4 for 6 in that game. Oh no, you said game 7. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm looking at Monday's game. Okay, so in the game 7. Yeah. Absolutely. But he even still in Monday's game, he went 4 for 6 from the 3-point. So he put up 17.
Yeah.
It just wasn't enough. Like it wasn't enough. But all 5 of the starters had double digit points. They just fell short. I was a little surprised at Maxey though. I was a little surprised at Maxey only putting up 13 points.
Maxey had the guard. Brunson was cooking, so he was exerting himself on defense probably. You know what I'm saying?
But he only took 9 shots. Yeah. He only took 9 shots in a playoff game. I can't see it. Yeah. I can't see it. When you got Embiid is 3 for 11. You got to step up. You the number 2. Yeah. You got to kick in. You know, and I guess if he wasn't feeling it, he just wouldn't take the shots, which I get that part too. You know. But I'm rolling with the Knicks tonight. I think the Knicks take it.
Ooh, they finna go up the floor, huh?
Yeah. I think they're gonna take it. I think the Knicks are actually gonna kick it in a little bit more. Now, the Knicks we talked about before. The Knicks are known to blow leads. They actually are up 1 right now. But I think the Knicks will. If I had to put some money on it, I say the Knicks win by. I think the spread will be 5.5. I think the spread will be 5.5 if I had to take it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that's the game right now. So we got one more game tonight. But we actually no, we're not gonna go to the game tonight. We we got some action that happened last night, didn't we?
Yeah.
But first, let me go back because I think I'm jumping the gun a little bit. Yeah. We talked about the Knicks on Monday night. Let's talk about the other game on Monday night, which is the Timberwolves and the Spurs.
Great game. Great game.
Did Minnesota steal that game?
Yeah, Minnesota stole that game. But, man, I want to talk about that, man. Did you see the footwork by Ant-Man? Oh, man, that man was cooking. Man, look, that man healthy. You know what I'm saying? And he went to work. When they needed him, he went to work. He was doing some things, okay?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely.
I liked how the coach was talking about Wemby and he had 11 block shots, right?
12
block shots. He said half of them shots, at least 5 of them, should have been goaltended. Now, coach going to say this, but you won the game, right? You know what he's doing, right? He basically like he getting the refs to watch it now. Like, oh, okay,
of course.
You know what I'm saying? So he basically playing mind. He playing chess. He playing mind games right now, which was smart of him to do. Even though if they say they looked at the film and they say, all right, 2 of them. But now they're going to be looking at that more closely and calling it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like they say, when you see a guy continuously blocking shots like that, you think twice when you come in that paint. You have a hesitation when you come in that paint. So, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I don't know. And I think that's coach just, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm going to do this to try this. So maybe they'll call it more when they down there. So it's a good thing. That's pretty good what he did. You know?
Yeah, I would agree with you.
But your boy Asamo, what's his name? I can't say
who? Ayo?
Ayo is coming back tonight. And I think that's a good thing too.
Yeah. I think they definitely need that. They need that quickness. But before we go there, let's just talk about that 104-102 game. Game 1. So Ant-Man he came off the bench.
Okay,
that was different.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, makes sense. He came off the bench. And when he first got in, he looked like he was playing a little hesitant a little bit. He wasn't as confident in his step back and some of those cuts, which obviously, we get it. But like you said, when they needed him most, he stepped up and you were like, okay, that's Ant-Man.
This Ant-Man I know. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So he ended with he played 25 minutes. He ended with 18 points and 8 for 13 shooting. And out of that, 2 out of 3 from the 3-point. I think for Minnesota, Julius Randle has to continue to play and put up 20 plus. I think Jaden McDaniels is, he already, we talked about this way back with Denver. I think he's now put other teams on notice. So he has to perform regardless of what team he's playing. I think he has to perform. He has to give you, I would say if you got Ant-Man back and you have Julius Randle, I think Jaden McDaniel has to give you at least minimum 10 points. Minimum.
And don't forget about Naz Reid.
Well, yeah, Naz Reid. You know what? Naz Reid for me, I don't know. I'm indifferent about Naz Reid, and here's why.
Okay.
I don't know if I like his game. Pause. Right. I don't know if I really like his game, and here's what I mean by that. I don't know. I guess for me as a fan, I like the finesse type players, right? I like the give me the dribbling, give me the I'm shooting over you. he does his job. Don't get me wrong. He does his job and he does it well.
Pretty.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Not pretty.
Yeah, there you go. And he don't really talk a lot. I'm like, he's just there, but he does what he's supposed to do.
Yeah,
so, absolutely. You can't forget about him. You're right. So he went 5 for 8 on game 1.
Yeah,
12 points. Had 9 rebounds.
Yeah,
I do like him on the rebound side.
Yeah,
and I know he can shoot the 3. So he does his job. It's just I don't know. I guess it's a personal thing. So let me just stop talking.
but listen. When you talk about role players, them role players been showing up for Minnesota. TJ Shannon, you know what I mean?
I was getting ready to talk about him.
Shannon do his thing. He, you know, what I mean? Like you want quickness, he got it for you. He up
Absolutely.
And down the court. You know what? That man is quick. You know who he remind me of? To be honest, he probably a tad bit slower. He's a prime Derrick Rose getting up and down the court. Derrick can get up the court 2-3 dribbles. Terrence just about there too. He flat. He quick and he left hand. He's southpaw. You know what I'm saying? So I think that boy right there gonna be something else. He just gotta get on the court more. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, we already seen it because we from Chicago. We know the boy got game. So
yeah.
You know,
I was thinking that you were gonna mention that he was similar to Io.
Yeah, Io too.
Because they both quick.
Yeah, I think
they both from the crib.
Quicker though. But Io got a little slickness to his game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
With it, you know,
for sure. Yeah. So here's what I looked at. So I was gonna talk about Shannon, right? I was gonna talk about him. So he 16 points. What you think?
What I think the boy went to work and did his job. And if they didn't have him, they wouldn't have advanced at all because he did his job in the last round. Yeah, I think it's a phenomenal job that he's doing. Yep. I'm with this year 2 for him, right? Is this year 2?
Is it year 2?
I believe it's year 2.
I think. Hold on. Let me check. Yeah. Looks like
year 2. Yeah. So he basically putting the league on notice, even though he did good last year in the playoffs. But I think he had an injury. But the boy needs to see more time on the court. The boy can get the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. I think you hit it right. What I was getting ready to say. He needs more time. I'm looking at his numbers right now. He went 5 for 13, 6 for 8 on the line. I like it because he's not scared to shoot the ball.
Exactly.
He's not scared to go to the hole.
Exactly. And you see this man went to the hole on Wemby, even though it got blocked, but he's still
he's not scared. He's not scared. So he's playing with no fear. And when you have a player that's playing with no fear on the opposite side, that puts a little, raise your eyebrow a little bit. You're like, wait a minute now.
He put Joker on the poster.
Come on. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So we look at this, right? And we take a look at Victor, and he had 15 rebounds, 11 points, and 12 blocks.
Unbelievable. This man got a triple double with blocks. Has that ever happened before? Like this dude, like he's an alien for real.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It's just basically come in here if you want to. And they made this analogy. They said that, do you remember Deion Sanders was shut down one side of the field? Okay, you ain't throwing to that side of the field.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's how it is with Wemby. We're not going down there tonight because you're finna get it all rejected. He sits down. You know what I'm saying? And when he comes out the game, then they start going.
yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like when you go in the alley and you see somebody in the back and they like 6 feet tall, you like, I'm gonna go this way.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
I'm gonna go this way.
I gotta get to him. Oh yeah.
So what do you think? Minnesota stole that game.
Yeah.
Io is back tonight. You got Ant-Man that, of course, is playing tonight. So they basically have full strength outside of DiVincenzo, right?
Yep.
So do they take the game tonight? Do they go up 2-0 on San Antonio?
This is a tough one. This is a toss-up to me. It's a coin flip. The reason I say that is it seems like Minnesota, like you just said, they not scared, bro. They've been here. They done been to the Western Conference. This ain't new to them. You know what I'm saying? They're not scared. So when you got a team or something like that that's not scared, it is what it is. The sky's the limit. I think that they could pull it off tonight. Yeah,
you think so?
They can pull it off tonight. Don't be. I know you finna think I'm crazy. I need to take some medication. But don't be scared if them brooms come out if they do win. Yes.
I can't agree with you. I can't agree with you on that one. I cannot. I will not. I don't see a sweep. Yeah, I think you crazy.
Cylinders, man.
Yeah, I think you crazy on the sweep.
Your boy do know how to play Wemby.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's been training that kid since he was 16.
Yeah,
so he knows his weaknesses and everything. So if anybody can play him, he can play him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I know go ahead.
Man, even though he did have a triple-double, but go ahead.
yeah, right. Yeah. So, all right. So the game tonight, game 2.
Yeah.
You say it's tough.
It's gonna be a toss-up. It's gonna be somebody gonna win by 2 or 3 points.
If you had to make a choice right now, which team you going with?
I go with Minnesota, and I said all boils down to free throw shooting at the end. Gotta hit your free throws tonight. That's what's gonna happen. You gotta hit your free throws.
All right, so free throws. I think so. One thing that we didn't talk about, and well, I'll go ahead and give you my pick, and then I want to just hop back real quick on somebody else that was an X factor in that win. So for me tonight, I think Minnesota get them tonight. I think Minnesota get them.
See, they going up 2-0, and then they going to the crib.
I think they get them. I think I get them. I think they get them.
Going to the crib. That's why I say the brooms might come out.
Yeah, I think Minnesota has found a way to play together, right? Yeah. And they are playing to their strengths. Yeah. And I think that the inexperience of the Spurs is what's going to get them.
Preacher, brother. Preacher.
That's my thought, and I'm standing on that one.
Okay.
One last thing on this game, and we'll move on.
All right.
Mike Conley had 12 points.
Yeah, Mike
he been the coach on the bench. He been the assistant. Yeah. He came in the game and gave you 12 points.
Yeah. How many assists?
He gave you 6 assists. 4 for 7 on the threes.
Still doing his job. Yeah.
So
wait. You just said 4 for 7 on the 3?
On threes.
Nice. Okay. All right, Mike Conley ball.
He did. Old man still putting up those points. Obviously, Io being back, he's not going to start tonight. Io start obviously. But to know that Mike Conley still can give you those types of numbers, he can still control that offense. He can still run that offense. I think that adds to one more piece to the Minnesota, dominance, if you will. Right.
And it's like you lost DiVincenzo, but you still got somebody that can come in and knock threes down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because DiVincenzo will give you 2 to 3 threes a game, but if he can come in and do the same thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think what Minnesota did was they added a lot of speed to their backcourt. Yep. So when I think about DiVincenzo, you think about Io, you think about Shannon. I think they have a lot of speed.
And what they say about speed, my brother?
I don't know. You tell the people. What does they say?
Speed kills. You can't teach it. You either got it or you don't.
Yeah. You're about right.
Yeah.
All right. So Minnesota, we both thinking that they go up 2-0 tonight.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good game. So let's to give you an update, New York 29, Philly 27. Remember, I said New York minus 5.5.
We got a ball game.
Yeah. All right. So then let's take a look at last night game. We had and I know we got some people watching. I'm watching the chat too.
Okay.
But let's talk about the Lakers and OKC last night.
Let's talk about them. Let's talk about it, brother.
Now, this wasn't OKC's best game at all. This was not their best game. They did not play, but they played.
But was it due to the Lakers' defense?
Hey, you call it what you want. You call it what you want.
Nah, I'm just talking, man.
Hey, whatever it was. Now, when it came to OKC, they beat the Lakers 108-90.
Yeah.
LeBron put up, I believe, 27 points.
Yeah.
At 41 years old, he put up 27 points.
Yeah.
Now, DeAndre, he put up what? He had 12 rebounds, I know. He put up 10 points. And then, so you had Austin Reeves back. So let's talk about it. Austin Reeves went 3 for 16.
He had a bad game. Yeah, I don't think he's still in game shape. Don't seem like, but we'll see.
Okay,
we'll see. But they held your boy to 18 points, the first time since May of 2025.
That's a win in itself. So are the Lakers supposed to celebrate that? No. You lost by 18 damn points.
Yeah,
you lost by 18. So.
Hey, but actually, the game was closer than the score. They was hanging in there early. You know what I mean? And it just goes back to the depth. I done told you this time and time again. OKC has depth. They really have a lot of depth. So it's like, okay, we keeping the score close or whatever. We gotta blow. We gotta get a quick breather. But then here comes this next unit in here, and they still giving you buckets and giving it to you. So it's like, when does it end? When does it stop? You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
okay. So I'm gonna give you a stat because you said that, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a stat. Check this out. So you said Oklahoma has a lot of depth, and we talking for those who may not be aware of what we're talking about. We're talking about going into the bench.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So when I look at the bench players, here we go. I'm gonna give you the stat. The bench players. Total points. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
34 points from the bench.
34 points.
34. They had 108 points. 34 points, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, they didn't have their best game.
No.
They didn't. And you still got beat by 18 points.
But here's another thing that people don't understand. Not only do they can score and this and that, but OKC got some great defense. They got 2 7-footers out there too, man.
Yes.
You got 2 7-footers you got to deal with.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? They getting rebounds, they blocking this and that. I mean, it's hard to deal with one, let alone 2. And then one of them can shoot threes. I mean, you know, so then you got to worry about SGA. Then you got to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, I was watching something earlier and they were talking about whenever you have on your team multiple players that could demand a double team.
Yeah.
Unheard of, you fighting a losing battle.
Yeah, pretty much. Because it's like, hey, we double. Hey, he's open for 3. You know what I mean? This and that.
Yeah. So it's crazy though. I'm looking at it. So when so I gave you OKC bench. 34 points. Let's look at LA. LA, their bench gave you, 15 points. You can't win. You can't win.
All I know is they need to pray and ask baby Jesus, can Luka hurry up and come back? But it don't matter because they was getting whooped on when he was there too. But at least they have a little bit more chance.
Yeah. I think they would win at least one game, maybe 2. I thought that, you know, if Luka came back, they would be 4-2.
Maybe,
You know, they'll lose series 4-2.
Luka averaged 37 points a game.
Yeah. But you know what? But think about that. Luka averages, 30 whatever points a game. But guess what? LeBron's production goes down too.
Yeah, it does. So you're right. So if Luka's back on the floor, LeBron's going to come out more of a facilitator. He's going to fall back more. Luka gonna do him more. He'll concentrating on rebounds. So you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yep. So think about this. You need that Austin Reeves now.
Yeah.
So he has to perform. Yeah. Right? Because like I said, we always talk about it. LeBron at 41, he's not gonna be consistently giving you 25, 30 points. He's not gonna do that.
He can't do
Father Time got him, So you need that. And I don't, like we said before. OKC. I see in the chat they talking about OKC is sweep. So I think I don't know if it's going to be a sweep, but I don't know how close Luka is to coming back. because if he comes back, it may throw things off just a little bit for at least one game. But now that I think about it, hold on for a second. If Luka comes back, he's not going to be probably ready condition-wise to just put up 40 points or whatever it may
that's
be.
true.
So, yeah, it might be a sweep.
That's true. We hope it's not. I hate to see a sweep. I want to see him win at least one game, but yeah.
No, I'm cool on the sweep. I'm cool.
You cool with
let's
the
go
sweep?
ahead. Let's go ahead and go. Get us some extra time to relax. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens with that series. I think OKC definitely could sweep them though, for sure. So that was last night, right? Let's look at what we got left is I think just tonight. And then we'll go ahead and get ready to wrap this up.
Okay.
So let's see. Oh no, we had another game last night. Let me look at it. I'm trying to think. All the days are going together now. We had Cleveland and Detroit last night, right? That's what we had last night. So let's talk about that one. Then we'll talk about the last game tonight.
Okay.
So when we look at Cleveland and Detroit 111, Cleveland 101. Cade had 23 points. Donovan had 23 points. What you think about that?
I think Detroit the better team, and they're gonna probably win the series 4-1.
You think it's gonna be 4-1? Wow. You're not even giving Cleveland 2 games, huh?
Nope, I'm not.
Wow. James Harden had 22.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just see Detroit winning this series 4-1.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah.
Okay, so I mentioned it earlier that we was going to get to James Harden, right? And I called out that he had two turnovers.
Yeah.
Well, last night he had 7.
Yeah.
You can't win a playoff game turning the ball over 7 times by one player.
Yeah, and you the point guard? No.
That's so he had 7, and Donovan had 3, and Schroeder had 4. That's 14 turnovers out of 3 players.
You can't really blame it on being tired because Detroit won Game 7 too. So You know what I'm saying? You can't blame it on that.
Exactly. Tobias gave another 20-point performance, but Duncan Robinson gave you 19.
Yeah, Duncan got hot on
19, 5 for 8 on threes.
Mm-hmm. Stroking.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So this is the Detroit that I've been waiting for.
Yeah. And
the last 2 games they showing up.
Yeah.
I see in the chat we talking Cleveland. Cleveland is not gonna do it. I'm sorry.
No.
They're just not gonna do it. Unless Detroit just have a meltdown.
Yeah.
But the way that they playing right now with Tobias, or if there's a injury, then
you gotta,
that's different. But at full strength, the way that they're playing right now, if no injuries happen, Detroit's gonna beat them all day long.
Yeah, and the way that they playing now, they got everything together. They might contend to get to the finals. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: when it comes to Detroit, what you think about Jenkins?
Oh man, he like a firecracker coming off the bench, right? Yeah, he give him a little energy or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of like the old school microwave back in the day when they had.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He went 5 for 13 on field goals yesterday. He put up 12 points, right?
Yeah.
Normally he knocked down some threes. He didn't knock down any yesterday, but that's fine. They didn't need it. But he also had 7 rebounds.
For a little guy, he got 7 rebounds
off the bench.
That's what's up. Oh,
4 steals. 4 steals. So he part of the reason why you turned the ball over.
No, he was picking Harden up, huh? He was
yeah. So I think, to be honest with you, the next game, I think Detroit loses the next game. I think Cleveland gets them the next game. The next game, yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Cleveland's going to make the adjustment, and I think Detroit. Remember, playoffs is all about adjustments, right?
It is.
And you have to adjust. You have to adjust during the game and after each game, right?
So
I think what's going to happen is they're going to make these adjustments.
Yeah.
Detroit's going to look and like, okay, this is different. I don't know if they're going to be able to adjust in game to make a push for the dub.
Yeah.
So I think I'm taking Cleveland on game 2 for sure. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that.
Okay.
So those are the previous games that that happened over the last week. Let's talk about tonight's game. Just so you know, one more update. Phillies up 37-33.
Okay, it's not even halftime, right?
Not even halftime. You got 10 minutes left in the second quarter, so they just getting started.
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead and hop into to tonight's game. I know we did we talk about Minnesota and San Antonio for game 2 tonight? Did we talk about that?
But tonight
we've been talking about Minnesota because of game 1.
Yeah. I think we did talk about game 2 tonight, though, didn't
we did? Okay, so that's right. We said they're going up 2-0. They're going up 2-0 tonight. Okay, so we did talk about that. All right, cool. So we good there. So as we always do, let's go ahead. You got a pick for that game tonight?
The game tonight, Minnesota on the money line.
Oh, you take a Minnesota money line?
Take Minnesota on the money line.
Let's see what's the line on that. You know what the line is? Let me look at the line. Give me one sec. Let's see what the line is on Minnesota money line. All right. Give me one sec. I had to log back in here. Okay, so Minnesota money line is at wow. Plus 330.
Yeah.
Woo!
Hey, told you. Minnesota on the money line.
All right. You all heard it. He said Minnesota on the money line is plus 330 on FanDuel.
Wemby, 10 rebounds.
Okay, and he gave you Wemby 10 rebounds.
And Ant-Man 2 3-pointers.
Oh man, wait a minute. Oh, he parlay going for you.
Yeah,
you can do
3-leg parlay.
3-leg parlay. Let's go ahead and recap it for everybody. So the 3-leg parlay, you have Minnesota money line.
Wemby 10 rebounds. And Ant-Man 2 3-pointers.
All right. You all heard that. So now let me take a look at it. I wanted to check if you all are looking on, these different sports books. Bet365 has Minnesota Timberwolves money line at plus 325, so you get a little bit more bang for your buck on that. Just so you know, I'm gonna do something a little bit different than the money line, though. For everybody listening, I'm actually gonna take the spread. They got Minnesota at 10.5 points. So I'm going to take that plus 10.5.
Oh, yeah. Good bet.
All right. I'm going to take the plus 10.5. You can do that as a single, or you can parlay it if you feel lucky. And if you parlay it, let's go with I like hold on, let me get it here. Let's go with I'm going to go with points. I'm going to go, you know what? I think I'll do Ant-Man points. I'm going to do Ant-Man at 15 points.
Okay. That's a good
one. Along with the not the money line, the spread. The spread is changing, everybody. The spread is changing right now. It's down to 9.5 right now. It just went down a point. I wonder what's happening. That's a 2-leg parlay. If you do the 2-leg parlay, that gives you plus 115 on FanDuel. So that's Ant-Man for 15 points. Minnesota Timberwolves plus 9.5 points. That gets you plus 115 on FanDuel. So that means 100 gets you 115.79 if you're looking at dollars and cents. Now Jim also gave you a couple props outside of that. He told you about rebounds and things of that nature. So if I was doing props, I think I would go with, I'm going to do 8 rebounds, Rudy. I like 8 rebounds for Rudy. I'm going to go with, give me one sec, everybody. I like, you know what? I think I want to roll with Castle. I like 6 assists for Castle.
Okay.
All right. With those two, you looking at minus 150. You can parlay that, or you can let that ride, depending on how you want to play it. you can throw something else in there with what's going on currently. But that's where we're at right now. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the show. Let's get to some basketball.
All right, brother.
All right. Until next time, my brother. I'll holler at you.